Okay, we're ready to roll. All right, so welcome everyone to, I think this is number 24, College Talk Tuesday. And tonight we're so excited because we are featuring our, I don't know what they call it, our partner school, our extended
campus.
Our branch campus. Are you technically a branch campus? Cool. We're featuring our branch campus, OSU Cascades, located in Bend, Oregon, and we're so excited to have everyone here tonight. And I will quickly say we're happy to have Megan and Shania, and then I'm going to hand it over to Carmen, and she's going to start the presentation and introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks so much for watching this. My name is Carmen Martinez. I use the pronouns she, her, ella. I work at the campus in Bend for OSU. It's OSU Cascades. And I'm here to talk a little bit about OSU Cascades, introduce you if you've never heard about OSU Cascades, and just tell you a little bit more about what life at our campus looks like. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. But one of the questions that I get often from students is essentially why attend OSU Cascades, and one of the best answers I get to share with them is because it's a campus of Oregon State University, and Oregon State University is known worldwide. It's offered and awarded degrees to students around the globe and around the world, and that's essentially what you're doing. You're joining Beaver Nation when you're attending the OSU Cascades campus in Bend. So, like I mentioned, we are a campus of Oregon State University. We're a smaller campus, so we have the personality of a small campus, kind of a private school feel, but we have the backing of Oregon State University, which is a big campus, a big public campus in the state of Oregon. Oregon OSU is one of the top 1 universities in the world. And here at our campus, we sit at about, this year, I think we landed at about 1,400 students, a little over that. So each year we're growing, but we are still small enough where we're maintaining that culture where we know our students by their name. We really get to know who they are. And you see that reflected in the classroom. You see that reflected out kind of in the campus world. And so that's a big part of who we are. And our campuses are small. It is small, and so are our classrooms. On average, our classroom setting is about 18 students per faculty member. That doesn't mean that every single class will be 18 students, but most classes will be on the smaller scale. And so that means you get more of a personalized attention from your faculty members throughout, from the beginning all the way through the end of your campus experience. We do offer a number of academic programs, not as vast as Corvallis. Again, we're a smaller campus, but we do offer a good number of them. Some are specialty programs that are only available at Cascades, but you can learn more about the programs that we offer if you go to osukascades.edu/academic. We do have some signature programs like our tourism, recreation, adventure leadership program, our hospitality management, which Megan will tell us a little bit about, our energy systems engineering program, our engineering sciences, and the newer one this year is our outdoor products degree. But as part of kind of that smaller campus, we're not going to stay as small as we are forever. We are a growing campus. We do have land that we're currently working on and remediating to build out our future campus. So an image that you're seeing here is an image of our vision for our campus. The plans for our campus actually won an award because our goal is to be a net zero campus in energy, water, and waste. So when we're thinking about our campus, we're really thinking about our future, not just the now and what we could provide now, but also how do we build a campus that's intentionally respectful for our future generations. And so we're thinking about that as we're moving forward. We do have sustainability in mind in everything that we move forward with. We have about 2.5 million acres of national forest and public lands around us. And so we want to be intentional in maintaining those as they are. And that's part of what makes our campus special. Sustainability is built into a lot of our programs. And what you're seeing here is actually our building that it's currently going up. So if you go to our I believe it's the About Us page on our website. You can see kind of live this building going up, and this is our fourth building that's actually being built right now, and it will hold a place for those STEM majors. We are launching our doctorate in physical therapy, and this building will have all the labs and all the research spaces that will help kind of propel that forward and launch that forward. Besides just being small, we also have really great faculty on campus. A lot of our faculty has been out in the workforce and has experience and is coming in and teaching our students about what the real world is like. A lot of our faculty, we are a research institution, so a lot of our faculty does research on campus, and so some of the people that you're seeing here, like Beth Marino and Abba Mabasi, they are conducting research, or they have been appointed in in councils to help just keep conducting research to help us move forward. For example, Abba Mabasi, he's currently doing research on how to turn salt water into drinkable water as part of a $21 million national effort to find that out. Julie Elston, she's a Fulbright scholar, and she teaches at OSU Cascades for business courses and entrepreneurship courses. So we have really highly respected faculty on campus that are teaching our students, and our students are benefiting from that, from getting not only that undivided attention, but also being able to participate in undergraduate research. So kind of like the research that Abba Mabasi is doing right now. Being able to participate in that research. Our students are also able to study abroad and participate in those programs, those experiential learning experiences that are offered through main campus. So if they wanted to go and study abroad, that's an opportunity that's available with the resources that are available through OSU. A lot of our majors also have internship or capstone projects meant to give students real world experience. So they move forward and they're just successful students, and they're successful in their careers moving forward. And like you mentioned, we're part of OSU. So when we're looking at applications and how to become a BEN-B, if we're looking at the same requirements that Corvallis is looking at, we're going through the same holistic admissions review process. We're looking at all the documents that our students are providing. We're trying to figure out, do our students have the skills, the abilities, and the drive to succeed at our campus? And if so, we want them at our campus to help them kind of move forward and complete their degree through us. And so when we're looking at things that we're considering, against the same thing that Corvallis is considering, we're looking at high school grades for first year students. We're looking at GPA, class rank, all those that are listed there. That's essentially what we're looking at, but we're looking at it as a whole. So if anyone out there is feeling like they struggled while they were in high school for whatever reason, the application does have a section where you can talk about your experiences and tell us something more than your grades can tell us something that more than what just numbers can tell us about you. And we always encourage our students to contact us and talk to us because that's a good way to get to know someone at OSU and have an advocate for you as you're going through the admissions process. We also accept transfer students. And for our transfer students, we also go through the same holistic review process. We're looking more on their coursework when they were in college and more focused on their recent coursework. So we're looking in to see how well are you doing where you're currently at. And we also encourage those students to apply early and to contact their advisors or the transfer advisor, which essentially would be me, to walk them through the process and help them feel like they're ready to get started, and they have the knowledge to be successful as soon as they start. We are a small campus, but we do have residents on campus. So our students can live on campus. That could be our undergraduate students, that could be our graduate students. And so the images that you're seeing here are of our residence hall. It does snow on this side of the mountains compared to Corvallis. So what you see here is our residence hall in the winter and the snow from that. But we understand that where you live in your campus is more than just a place for you to sleep or study. It's also a place for you to find and build community. And so there's plenty of places where you can build your community within the residence hall, find the group that can help you stay and continue and just feel like you're at home while you're on campus. And so we have different types of rooms that have bathrooms, whether it be a single bathroom or a shared bathroom within the suite. Or if you can see from the images, really part of that sustainability effort is those high windows. And so really, it's a really great place, a really comforting place to live on campus. And part of what comes with living on campus, you have access to Wi-Fi, you have access to the dining hall, you have access to your own little kitchenette if you needed that. So you have all the amenities and all the amenities that you would need as a college student on campus. And just a little bit about our student life. We do have one on campus. So we have a number of clubs, and our number of clubs actually grows each year as our student population increases. We do have some club sports on campus as well. Some popular ones are like rock climbing. We do have esports. We have skiing, and we have really active clubs on campus. We have a number of students that are planning to go down pre-health or pre-med pathways. And they're really active on bringing in folks to just talk about their experience or just providing resources to students who are interested in going down those pathways. And part of the college experience is that building community piece. And so it's really exciting to see them build those communities through clubs. And if you don't see a club that maybe fits what you're interested in, as long as you know 3 other people that are interested in that, you can start your own club and essentially get funding and get going on what you're passionate about. I just really briefly wanted to go over some of the reasons our students choose us. I have a video to share, but I realized I didn't share audio when I shared my screen, so I'll share it at the end. But some of the reasons our students choose us, besides just being in Bend and just being in Central Oregon, and the beauty that comes with being in Central Oregon, is what is Bend and our surrounding area. So here on average, we get about 300 sunny days a year. We have access to a lot of outdoor recreational options, skiing, mountain biking. We have a lot of trails that people go into. We have a kind of thriving area with artists and other hobbies that you might be interested in. And so it's a really great place and a really friendly place to live in. And so that's another just exciting part of being part of OSU Cascades, since Bend is a big part of that as well. And now I just want to take some time to hear from 2 students who can share a little bit more about their experience on campus. I'd like to have them introduce themselves. We'll start, Megan, if you can start us off.
Yeah, so my name is Megan. I am from Newburgh, Oregon. I am also a senior here at OSU Cascades in the Hospitality Management program.
And we have Shania.
Hi, I'm Shania. This will be my 2nd year in college. I am from Madras, Oregon, so I'm pretty local. And my major is Human Development and Family Sciences, which took me about 2 terms to figure out what I wanted to do, but I figured it out.
I love it. And I am going to go through and I'm just going to ask them a few questions and have them share a little bit about their experience. So I'll start it off, and Shania, if you can tell us a bit about your college search experience and how did you decide to attend OSU Cascades?
In high school, I was actually part of college prep classes. So I think that had a lot to do with influencing me to go visit as many schools as I could, visiting ones close to home, but also like keeping my mind open to schools far away just in case I wanted to adventure. And every time I would go on a visit, I would make a pros and cons list to every school, like what I liked and what I didn't like. That way I could go back and always compare the schools. And that way, because I did have difficulty deciding between two schools, and it was the Corvallis campus and the Cascades campus. And then also when you go on campus physically, I feel you kind of feel like comforting or there's just a feeling that I felt when I went to go tour campus that I could picture myself there and like really succeeding and feeling comfortable and doing well. So I think that had a lot to do with it. The visits and the presentations that I would go during those campus visits really helped.
That's a good one, because thinking about whether or not it's a good fit, that's a big one for students. So I'm glad you brought that up. And Megan, you were going to tell us about your college search.
Yeah, so I would say mine started a little bit different than a typical first year student. When I graduated high school, I actually took 5 years off basically before I went back to school. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I focused on getting a job and making money, and then that's when I got into hotels, and I actually started to travel around, and I really, really enjoyed doing that. And eventually I came back and decided to go to Mount Hood Community College to get an associate degree because it was cheaper and they offered a business hospitality program. I actually ended up loving it there, and so I found out that I could actually get a bachelor's degree in hospitality management at OSU Cascades, which is the only four-year university that offers hospitality management. So it actually made my choice really easy on going to OSU Cascades.
Well, thanks for sharing that, both of you. And I also wanted to ask you, since you're both OSU Cascades students, can you tell me about any memorable experiences at Cascades that anyone watching this probably would not be able to see through our website? And Megan, if you want to start us off.
Yeah, so I was a transfer student last year, so I didn't really know anybody. So I started to make some friends by going to the trivia nights that they would have in the study grounds coffee shop. And my first one was a Disney one. It was actually my classmates in my hospitality program that we went and made a team. And then we also went back for the next one, the Harry Potter one, which we ended up winning, which was actually pretty fun.
What about you, Shania? You've lived on campus too.
Yeah, and I think that was probably my favorite experience so far. I've only had a complete year there, but I really enjoyed living on campus and being in the whole scene of everything going on, and never really being late to events, because if I know in 5 minutes I can show up in 5 minutes, which I really like that. And then I really like how friendly everyone was in the dorms and the environment. All the students wanted to be friends with everybody, and I found it really easy to join group of friends. One time, it was during midterms too. There was a group of people playing board games in the kitchen, and I would just see the group getting bigger and bigger. And then one time, when I passed by, I finally got the courage to ask them, and they were so welcoming and friendly, and it was really cool to see and experience a community like that who just wants to be friends with everybody.
Thanks for sharing that, both of you. And I guess I'll just hit you with one last question, which is what advice would you give anyone currently going through a college search or that is planning to go through a college search in the future? I'll let you take it away, Shania.
For me, I wasn't sure, and I had troubles with the financial situations. I wasn't really sure how my total cost for college was, but then when I started investigating and talked to people, I really liked the advice of budgeting and like doing term plans and the whole year plans, and then comparing the cost to my financial aid and comparing the aid offers different schools would give me, and that really helped me figure out how I was going to be able to pay for school.
And Megan, do you want to tell us about your college search since it was a little bit different?
Yeah, I would say the best advice that I have for students is just to kind of follow your own path. Don't feel like you have to fit the mold of going to a big public university. I feel like that was the only thing pushed on me, and that if I didn't go to college right away, I wasn't going to really make anything of myself. But by choosing to follow my path, I actually ended up living in Europe for 2 years before going back to school. So I got to experience a ton of other things that I feel like the classroom doesn't quite teach you. I got to get a lot of work experience, and that's how I found out that I really love hospitality and I can actually make a career out of it. So that's how I was able to come back home and get that experience and turn it into something. And if I had gone to school in 2012, this degree didn't even exist. So I really am a huge advocate of doing what works best for you, because it all works out in the end.
I love that. And I love your pictures from when you were abroad. They're so great. And I think Shania mentioned this a little bit in what she shared, but visiting campus is definitely one of those big factors in finding a school that is your fit, not just major wise, but also, do you feel at home there? Do you feel comfortable there? Because if you think about it, especially if you go somewhere that's further away, you're some distance from you and your family, and it's hard initially to, unless you're super outgoing. And I'm definitely an introvert, so I don't I don't see it the same way, but finding your community is important. And when you visit campuses, you can definitely get a feel or a vibe of what the campus is like and whether or not you see yourself there. And so we encourage all students, if you can, come visit campus. We actually have Instagram live tours every Monday from 1 to 2. And if students are really interested in coming to campus, they can always contact me, and we always try to see if it's something that we can arrange for them to come visit campus and actually see it and see what it's like. And so, just to give you an idea, I mentioned how talking to an advisor is super important. And so you'll see our contact info here. So we have different advisors for different regions, but the 3 people that you see here are advisors in our office, and you can reach out to them and contact them. I primarily work with transfer students, and so Brittany and Emily both work more for first-year students. So depending on where you find yourself, you're welcome to reach out to them and ask more questions or just connect with them.
Thank you so much, you guys. This was amazing. It's so great to hear all the special, cool things about OSU Cascades and what makes it a good fit for these girls. And I loved, the insights they gave. And so hopefully if anyone has any questions, they can get a hold of the team and get their questions answered. Of course, if you have questions for the Open Campus team, there's a number to text and pictures of the coordinators across the state, so you can find the coordinator that you live closest to, or reach out to any of the coordinators, and we're happy to continue to answer questions and help you on your pathway to post-secondary education. Thanks so much for coming. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Next week's to be determined still, so look for the advertisements as to the topic. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.